Wow, what a welcome. I love cooking. Yes, I know it's very early in the morning and I'm already talking about food, but I really love cooking. And one of the most things I love about cooking is actually the ingredients that it takes to come up with a very nice meal. I also enjoy actually serving a nice meal and see people enjoying it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the work we do in conservation is like cooking. It's about bringing so many ingredients or so many strategies to achieve the nice desired results. So, over the last 10 years, our organization, Rwanda Wildlife Conservation Association, has been working tirelessly to save the endangered gray-crowned cranes. And we've been coming here at WCN Expo and bringing you all of those stories about the ingredients we are putting together to save these amazing species. We've been really bringing all of those solutions that we've been putting together. And from like the amazing conservation champions, like who every day are going out, they are using smartphone, they are collecting information really that is crucial to understanding and protecting the species. They dedicate a lot of their time, they protect the nest, they make sure like the chicks, they are hatched and they are fledged. To the amazing rangers who every day they go out, they protect some of the most beautiful wetlands like this one, Rugezi-Mash, that is the north of Rwanda, that is home to over a quarter of the whole population of cranes in Rwanda. We've told these stories of our amazing livelihood initiatives, like these groups of women who used to rely on using wetland resources, but they are no longer doing it because they are united in a cooperative that is making clothes and craft. We've told these stories of our amazing educators who do not rest. Every day they go out and they are wanting to inspire the next generation of future conservationists. We've told you stories of restoring degraded areas, stories of protecting a lot of beautiful places like this wetland. So many stories. I could actually stay here and tell you about all of those stories. We've also told you stories of when it's not working. Sad days do happen in conservation, like this mass poisoning. But overly, ladies and gentlemen, we've been able to serve you a nice meal. The gray-crowned crane population is increasing in Rwanda, and thanks to all the ingredients we've been putting together. But thank you. As I have been thinking backwards over the last 10 years, and I have actually realized there is one ingredient that I have not told you about properly. Many of you know that I'm a veterinarian. Yes, I'm a vet who ventured into saving wildlife. When I started as a vet, I quickly realized that actually treating animals is not enough. And that's why I created the Rwanda Wildlife Conservation Association to bring so many strategies together to help us achieve the desired results. So when we first started, our aim was to actually identify all cranes that were in captivity and remove them from these horrible conditions and take them back to the wild. And we no longer have any cranes in captivity in Rwanda. Throughout this whole process, we actually came across a wide variety of veterinary programs due to poor conditions under human care. And our team and veterinarians have been working to give a second chance to all of those cranes. For example, this is one crane, 036. It's not 039. Who remembers 039? 036. When we went to this house, we were trying to actually do a quick exam. And when we spread the wing, trying to spread the wing, this wing was not moving. And when we examined it properly, we realized there was a wire that was holding the wing to the body. And when we cut the wire, this wing was dropping down. And when we investigated, actually, we realized that the gardener, when he realized the crane has broken the wing, he found a wire and has tried to tie the wing close to the body. And this wire has gone deep in the muscles, even close to the spinal cord. It was so painful. And this one is one of the cases we worked on when we started our work. This crane was in serious pain. But with our veterinary skills, we've been able to help such cranes. And actually, we've been able to move over 160 cranes back to the wild thanks to the veterinary skills on our team. But veterinary care is not only about treating injuries. Towards the end of COVID, as if things were not bad enough, we had one of the worst challenges that you can ever think in avian medicine. This is crane 254. As you can see, this crane is sick, has neurological signs, lack of coordination, weakness, twisting head and the neck, dropping wings. These are symptoms of avian influenza, also known as bird flu. So it happened about mid-2021 in our sanctuary in a capital city. You see, we keep our cranes free range in a large area, but the other wild birds, water birds, have come in and have brought us avian influenza. So when we started, we didn't know what it was, but we quickly moved fast to actually investigate and put measures in place to make sure whatever it is there does not break out. We also actually did a lot of diagnostics to understand what was happening. But around the whole time, we also identified cranes that did not have any symptoms and put them in a safe area, almost creating like a knock. We did lose, unfortunately, some cranes. It really hurts to see one of the most beautiful species, the birds I love, to see them hurting. But actually, it created a lot of courage for us to work hard to try and save some. This really involved 24/7 care. I remember my colleagues, Deo, Providence, and many others, not sleeping through the night and the day, giving like intensive treatments like fluids to these cranes. And we were able to save some of the cranes. And together with the government, we actually put like measures in place to make sure the disease does not break out and go, avian influenza can cause in terms of like a poultry industry. And when we tested all of our staff, none of them got it. This is a disease that can actually even affect people. And that's the role of veterinarians, the role of fighting disease. You see, without competent veterinarians out there, a disease outbreak can even drive extinction. So when I started as a vet, I always told myself, I really want to be one of the best vets in my country. But it's never straightforward. When I started the Rwanda Wildlife Conservation Association, I thought this was the way to achieve that. But there were a lot of barriers. I always joke that in my career as a veterinarian, I have had chances to work on the big species like elephant, rhinos out of Africa, here in America, in the zoos. And you might be wondering why. And this is because the veterinary profession, especially for wildlife, is still restricted. The veterinary profession is imported. So many veterinarians are flown in to come and do the work. And it's okay. We are so grateful for the experts. But you can imagine when an animal is sick and someone has to fly from Europe or somewhere else to come and save the animal. Sometimes the animal would even die before the people or the vet gets there. But yet in Africa, we have so many veterinary schools in our universities. And you always wonder, why don't you have the experts to save these animals? So our organization, Rwanda Wildlife Conservation Association, has been building a huge veterinary department to not only help cranes, but expand our expertise to helping cranes. As we turn 10, we are now training veterinarians to empower the next generation of wildlife veterinarians in our country. This is our veterinarian, Christophe. He's out in the park, and he's working with the Akagera National Park to actually evaluate the success of reintroduction of lions in the park. He's using the technology, looking if the lions are pregnant. And this is Christophe and Jessica. They are working with another team of veterinarians from South Africa, and they are helping one of the recent introduced rhinos in Akagera National Park. They are actually detecting to see what's causing the lameness. They are using X-ray. So we are taking to another level. We are putting in place the veterinarians who do not only help cranes, but who can help so many other species. But trust me, this does not happen in one day. And I would really like actually to thank our partners like the Houston Zoo who have believed in us and have helped us to build the state-of-the-art like a veterinary clinic, and have helped us to actually have mobile like service to go out quickly and help. I would like to thank WCN, the Dry Creek Foundation, for their support through like trainings and scholarship. I would also like to actually thank our government that now can see that we have vets and they give us a chance. They trust us to do the work together with Akagera National Park. But trust me, the trust is not earned in a day. There are days when they think, can they do it? Do they have the abilities to do it? But when you come here and give us even a chance, you believe us to even create a vet on our team, it creates that trust among the whole ecosystem. And I do believe together we can make a difference. We can advance veterinary for our species conservation. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Olivier. We have a couple minutes for questions. Right up on the screen here, you're going to see a QR code, and if you have a question, you can point your camera at this and submit your question online. So to get things rolling, though, I've got a question for you. So you mentioned towards the end there that building trust doesn't happen in just a day. Sort of, despite all the hardships you guys face day to day, what is it that keeps you motivated? What is it that gives you that hope that Jane Goodall speaks of?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, when you talk about hope, actually, throughout my whole career, I went through like a lot of challenges, but actually, during COVID is when I realized like to be a vet is not just to be me and treating animals. It's about empowering others. And that's the time when we were under lockdown. We could not travel. And the community members, we realized they are the front line. And they would call us with cranes that have been rescued, and we can't go. And they came up with so many solutions. They are reuniting the cranes with the chicks. And we came up with this really idea of training the community members, our champions, our rangers, to make them like really the champions for helping wildlife. We gave them like skills in wild animal health, like the first aid, but also skills to remain safe and to know when they can call us, to know when they can actually are able to save the animal. So recently, this has been paying off. There is one story that I would like to share quickly. There is a population of blue monkey. They live close to this big wetland nearby the lake in a papyrus swamp. And this papyrus swamp sometimes breaks off, it goes with the wind and floats in the lake. So this one monkey found itself floating in this part of papyrus. And actually the papyrus was sailing towards Burundi in another country. And this monkey tried to swim, get out of the papyrus, or tried to swim to go back, and not a good swimmer. And there was this fisherman who was there with his boat, and he saw the monkey, and he immediately called our champion, say like, hey, we've been talking about wildlife, what can I do? And they guided him, they told him, put a boat close to it, and let's see what it does. The monkey jumps on a boat, to the edge of the boat, and I have this photo, I wish I could share with you. And he comes like really paddling. There is a monkey on the top of the boat. And slowly the monkey jumps off and goes back and joins the other population. And that's hope for me. I'm not there to help the monkey, but I know when the community is on board, anything is possible. And that really gives me hope.